What up, cappers, gamblers, punters? It is Monday, April 30th, and it feels like a good day to make a little cash. As you may have noticed, there is no mustache. Too much ventilation in Pete's treehouse. He is still sick. Send out love. Give him out shouts on Twitter. Let's get him back healthy. We miss the legend Loshak very much. Heart and soul of this show, heart and soul of SBR. So rest easy in your treehouse, Pete, and get better and get back to us as soon as possible. Well, what's good? What's hood? What's real? What's the deal? Thank you guys for joining us. We got the cappers already logging in to the low bag chat. The best cappers in the game are on this chat. We got Scotty Rock. We got Dan Kelly, my man Max Smart, Twatty Latte, Von Polo. Okay, there's a new one. Von Polo in the house. My man Josef Tucker and his Yankees have won 9 straight games and don't just need their bats to do it. We're ready to, and Von Polo says you solo doesn't work. Well, you solo, Von Polo, you can. All right, let's get to it. Melvin Morrill's in the house. Jason Grassie's in the house. There is not a full MLB schedule, but we do have a lot to cover. We got one big basketball game tonight, 2 big hockey games tonight, and then we got 11 games on the MLB card. We probably will have some extra time so we can maybe jump into stuff outside the box, other capping ideas. My man Jim Tobleson in the house, Dave LA, Jake Scammell, predictions guy, Brent Brooks, good. Brent Brooks, straight fire in NHL. Again, went 4 for 5 last night in the NHL. Only missed because he took the Predators puck line. He is flying. So we're ready to do this, man. Joe D in the house, Remy CV in the house, Trey Corey in the house. This is good, man. I like this. So also we are sponsored by BetMania. There is a link at the bottom of the YouTube video here. BetMania, hit the link. They got some hot things. They got reduced juice. They got happy hour and NBA from 2 to 3 o'clock. Pete and I have opened up a BetMania account. We will be challenging you guys. So take a look at the link. Pretty dope site. Ryan Gosling in the house. Rich Banks. Gate Pass Key. It's good, man. Chris Garza. Von Polo saying was joking. Glad to see you read my shit. About time. Hey, Von Polo, welcome to the team, man. I'll read your shit, man. We're capping together. What makes this show successful and what makes us money is the quality of the cappers on the chat and us believing in these guys. And it's making a ton of people money. Melee, Payless Way, Leroy Flood. We're ready, man. Baseball Bob. Charles Tapley, who goes by the hockey pool name of Blumpkin Spice, which is a treat that Starbucks hasn't produced yet. The Golf Nut in the house. Trey Corey. Perfect. Twatty Latte saying, I'm signing up to BetMania today. And Scotty Rock Forever saying, how's BetMania's payouts? I don't know yet. We just opened up an account, so we haven't been paid squat. So I don't know yet. But let's get some fucking winners coming. And let's go. We're going to break down the MLB slate. We have the setup there. We got a show opening, MLB, NHL, NBA, and a wrap-up. And let's do it. Mr. ESPN is here. Says, Jimmy, I'm a here, buddy. Okay. Carlos Peroj and his cheesy balls are in the house, man. Okay, we got a good squad. Christopher Kelly is here. So enough of this. Let's get to the capping, man. Let's get to making this cash. Hako Schofield. Okay, so we got 11 games. So why don't we get it all started and I haven't seen what my record is looking like these days. Why don't we get the MLB record up, Johan, if you don't mind. Let's see, God, not as good. Plus 8.8 units. 4.4% ROI. That's going down. That's about down 9 units in about a week and a half for me. Not good, but still up. And man, had some just heartbreaking losses on Friday. The Indians, I had -1.5. Mariners scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to lose 6-5, so I lost that. And then the Cardinals had the same kind of breakdown against the Pirates. But with us working together, we can get that cash back. C. Saren is here. The big guy is here. Kale Reeves in the house. Mr. Cloud Kicks. This is good. Buddy Bills 357. Mr. Gogster. David Gerard. Okay, we're rolling, man. We got a team together. So let's break down this game. Wow, Joe D just signed up for BetMania account 2. Thank you. Rich Banks says, hey man, be proud of that. Plus 8.8 units. I know I am. Thank you, Rich Banks. I was just pretty hot there for a little bit, and some tough losses. But thanks, my man. Thanks for believing in me. All right, let's start. We're gonna start with the first game. We're gonna go down chronologically. What? Brian Watson says Lou Lamoriello out for GM of the Leafs. Wow, that's very exciting news. Why don't we just talk about that for 1 second? It's not because he did a bad job. He did a great job at turning it. I just think he's an old man and he's kind of going off into the sunset now. I don't think that's about the disappointment in losing in 7 games against the team that may be the strongest team in the NHL right now, the Boston Bruins. But I wonder what you guys think. Oh no, Rad Ray, or as Loshak calls him, Ray Dre says, sick and dying, but here. Okay, well, as long as you're here, man, you need to spend some more time in Pete's treehouse. Get yourself back in action. Honey Heidi says, what up, pimp? What up, Honey Heidi? Anthony L, not applicable. Okay, we're ready to rock. Let's get it started. First off, Rangers at Indians. Cole Hamels versus Trevor Bauer. Now, I have 4 plays, 2 on 1 game, so really 3 games I have plays on. When I found out that I was going to be rocking solo, I wanted to make sure that I broke the games down without necessarily maybe finding a pick on them, just so at least I could lock them down to you guys and break them down to my best of my abilities so you guys can make plays and make moves. Kurt in the house says, what up, bag? Previous Taylor says, Jimmy, what's good? Okay, we got the team together. Let's get to the capping. Rangers at Indians. Hamels versus Bauer. Game time temp 55 Fahrenheit. Wind blowing in softly at 5 miles per hour. Indians have not looked good in their longest homestand of the year. It's 11-game homestand. They're just 2-4 right now. Andrew Miller went on the DL, and this bullpen is coughing up leads. Yonder Alonso playing very well. Oh, the golf nut giving a shout out to Loshak. I'm going to do my best to hammer... and look at Joe D shouting out BetMania, 200% sign up and reload bonus, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. And they're our sponsor, and that means something to us that they believe in what Pete and I are doing. So thank you, Joe D. Respect. Thank you for checking it out. Predictions guy says, I'm sipping on a cup of Joe with my pinky up, thinking of the Loshak. That is very kind. Very kind of you. David Stewart here, Nick Dial. All right, let's get pimping. So the Indians have not looked good on this homestand, as I said, 2-4. Yonder Alonso playing well, leads the team in the home runs with 8 RBIs, 19, and he's hitting left-handed pitching. The whole idea was that he was a guy that you only wanted to use against righties. 3 of his homers have come against lefties, so he'll be in the lineup today. Rangers have won 3 of 4. They just took a series up north in Toronto. Hamels is 1-4 with a 4.41 ERA, 1.38 WHIP through 34 2/3, 39 Ks, 13 walks, and has allowed 8 home runs. 8 home runs in 34 2/3. And I don't like seeing him with more Ks than innings. I just feel like he's trying too hard to be perfect. The Rangers are just 1-5 in Hamels, 6 starts. He just had a good start, though. 6 1/3, 2 runs, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks against the A's. In 6 career starts against the Indians, he's being lit up. 1-2, 6.11 ERA. Bauer's 2-2, 2.41 ERA, 1.10 WHIP. Looks very good. 35 Ks, 33 2/3, 13 walks. His curveball is menacing right now. 4 career starts against Texas. Bauer's 1-0, 3.67 ERA. Rangers are hitting a little better now, still dealing with a ton of injuries. 234 average, 687 OPS. And the Indians have climbed barely up to 220, 658 OPS through 286 at-bats. First lefties. They're actually hitting lefties better than they're hitting righties, just having a terrible offensive start to their campaign. Let's see what we have to say. My man Barkaman, G11, always coming in with great stats, says the over is 3-0-1 in Hamels' last 4 starts versus the Indians. Gate pass key. Hamels is a veteran presence, but if he doesn't keep the ball down, he gives up the long ball, and Cleveland have many big hitters. Cleveland catches Hamels on an off night, and they can touch him. Gate pass key is on the Indians, -1.5. Melee Payless Way says Texas 2-7 in Hamels' last 9 starts. Kobe Valentine coming in, another guy giving great stats. Rangers are 0-4 in Hamels' last 4 starts. Indians are 4-1 in Bauer's last 5 home starts. Rangers are 1-4 in the last 5 meetings in Cleveland. I feel that. Let's take a good look. Oh, my man Antoine Seymour in the house. Predictions guy saying, I'm on Cleveland. Trey Corey saying, thinking Cleveland first 5. Let's take another, not applicable says, trust Bauer more than Hamel. And Twatty Latte says, in honor of Loshak, I'm currently not having sex. Wow. That's meaningful, Twatty. Respect. Trey Corey says, avoid the bullpen. I think that's a good point. Leroy Flood says Cleveland is a play. Mr. Gokster's leaning Cleveland -1, but I think we have to avoid this bullpen. Without Andrew Miller, they've been coughing up leads. That is a good point. Let's take a look and see what we got right now. On Cleveland, they're big favorites. I mean, you can get them down to -184 at Pinnacle. That looks like it's pretty much the best that you can get. So the only way to make money off them, or at least get value, would be to take a -1.5, which burned me. They're giving out pluses. There's a +109 at Pinnacle. So let's take a quick look at first five and then make a decision on this game. My man Anna Marek in the house. Nick Dial says, you're forgetting one thing. Indians are hitting 170 against lefties. That is not true, Nick Dial. They are hitting 220 with a 658 OPS through 286 at-bats versus lefties this season. Brent Brooks on the over. Jason Grassi saying, thinking over. My man BT says, Hamels is an auto fade. James Stacy says, fuck the stats. Indian bats are cold. Mr. Gokster still says, got the lean -1. Kobe Valentine says, I won't lie. Even though I put those stats out there, I'm leaning Texas. They've been playing well, and Hamels can show up at any point. Just Willie. Anders Larson says, I'm on Cleveland as well. Can't trust Hamels. And Dan Kelly says, Andrew Miller equals I'm on Texas. Ooh, and he's taking the reverse run line, -1.5 at +275. Nick Dial says, Rangers first half. Indians can't hit lefties right now, Jimmy. Don't trust the stats. I hear you guys. You know, in all honesty, after breaking this down, I do not trust. The only person I trust here is Trevor Bauer. Cole Hamels can step up. The Indians' bats are very quiet. And their best hitter has had a history of trouble hitting lefties, although he has 3 homers against lefties this year. And that's just their best hitter right now, obviously, not their best hitter overall. Their big bats have been quiet this year. Encarnacion, Ramirez, they've all been quiet. I'm going to pass on this game. I just don't see value. To get value, I need to take the Indians -1.5, and who knows when Hamels is going to step up. Rangers have won 3 of 4. I could take the first 5, but again, Hamels just did have a good start, and he's a good pitcher. Dan Kelly says, agree, Bauer can't be trusted. And if Bauer can't be trusted, then really, I don't see a move here. So Anthony L says, -180 is gross. Do we really think Cleveland is 65% to win? I agree, and I don't. Kobe Valentine says, Cleveland ranks 30th in batting average, 27th in runs scored. The Rangers have been playing better as of late and have some nice value in the opener, 5-3 Texas. There is value in taking Texas. I'm not going to take them. I'm going to stay off this game. So let's keep rolling. This is another interesting spot. Rockies, Cubs. We're just going to keep rolling through in order through the slate of games today. When I first saw this, I mean, the wind's blowing out strongly. I mean, more than we've seen all year. 16 miles per hour. Just a couple last notes on the last game. My man Yudon Porn, Ratana Facti joining us. He's on Texas team total under. And Baseball Bob says better games out there. I agree. There's just no real value to me at this point unless you're going to take the dog, and I'm not going to take the dog against Bauer. Torrance says, I think Cleveland's bad bullpen and Hamels' issues against lefties give the over some value. Yes, I agree with that. I think there is some value on the over. Let's get a quick look at what it is. Full game total over is 8, juiced to the over. There are 8.5s coming out. But yeah, I'm going to stay off it. Jason Grassi says, all over the club's team total over 5.5. Very, very interesting play right now. Very interesting play, which I felt, man, is that 5.5 is just so high, even with the wind blowing out like that. JK says, Cubbies, but I worry about their bats, although Rockies are just as cold, so lean to the Cubs. My man Cody AV representing 604 is on the Cubbies. Not applicable. Lean Cubs. Mr. Cloudkick says, Cubs, easy. Okay, let's break it down. So as I said, game time temp 71 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out strongly over left field, 16 miles per hour. Cubs are coming off a very impressive 4-game sweep over the Brewers, who had come in winning 8 straight games, but they did it with their pitching staff, not with their bats. The Cubs pitching allowed just 2 runs, which represents the lowest the team has allowed in a 4-game series since surrendering 3 against the Mets in 1973. Cubs have now registered 6 straight quality starts. Their pitching is coming together. Rockies enter the series having lost 2 straight, having only managed 2 runs in their past 3 games. Freeland, 1-3, 4.33 ERA, 1.33 whip. Had a tough start to the season, but it's coming off a masterful performance against the light-hitting Padres, coming off throwing 7 shutout innings on April 24th, allowed just 3 hits and struck out 8. Lester, 2-1, 3.29 ERA, 1.21 whip through 27 in the third with 22 Ks, 10 walks. Rockies are hitting .252 with a 781 OPS through 361 at-bats for lefties this season. We remember how they smashed lefties last year. Smashed them. So this OPS, very high. Cubs are hitting .246, 710 OPS through 248 bats. First lefties. Let's see what you guys have to say about this. So as I said, Grassy is on the team total over Cubs 5.5, which was something I did look at. And I got the Pinnacle thing up. I thought about making that move, but I was just concerned. The 5.5, you'd get over 5.5 at minus 104. Let's see. Joe D says pass. Kobe Valentine says Rockies are 8-3 in their last 11 road games. Cubs are 38-17 in the last 55 home starts. Rockies are 4-1 in their last 5 meetings in Chicago. Freestyle Fakiri says likes the under in this game. Taking the under. It's hard to trust the under when the wind is blowing out that strongly. Barkaman, Lester 1-3 with a 2.73 ERA and 4 career turns against the Rockies. Hako Schofield, Cubs over easy money. Udon Porn, a rat enough fact, says Colorado team total under. I don't think they can hit the lefty. Man, Udon Porn, I'm afraid to not believe in these Rockets bats against lefties. We saw them smash out of control last year. They already have a 781 OPS. Tomar says Cubs do hit lefties, so I'd lean over if the weather is right. Kobe Valentine says, in my opinion, fading Lester will prove to be profitable this year. I also believe that Colorado on the road has massive value, especially with the inclination we will be betting Colorado at home all year. Definite value away. Mr. Gokster says, I see value first 5 Rockies. Oh, interesting. Tomor says, I think the Cubs have been overrated at home. Even though they cleaned up against Milwaukee, most of the games were close, and you have to lay big numbers. Lester is not a minus 185 pitcher. Cody's AV says, fade Freeland. Wow. You know what? This is another spot that I'm a little concerned at. The only thing I would like to take, or came close to taking, is a team total over for the Cubs, but maybe the better play is to take the team total over for the Rockies, because Freeland looked excellent last start, and this is a pitcher who I believe in moving forward, but I believe in Lester too. It's the wind that really throws us for a loop in this game when it's blowing this strongly, 16 miles per hour. Jason Grassi says, agreed, Rockies first 5 has value. My man Grabica Mex in the house says, what up, Bag? Nice to have you, Grabica. Udon Porn says, Colorado can't even hit lefties when they played Miami a few days ago, Jimmy. I hear you, Udon Porn, but when we look at the overall numbers and not just a small sample size of late, this is a team that smashed lefties last year and is a very high OPS against lefties again. I'm not comfortable with this spot. I like these two pitchers, and then they're going to have to battle this very strong wind, and I'm staying off of it. I'm staying off. So that's back-to-back games we've opened up that I don't have a play on yet, which is not something I like to do, but I'm just not going to force it and not put myself in a tough situation. Mr. Gokster says, Rockies are night and day, righties versus lefties. And yeah, Freeland had a decent start. Why not first 5 Rockies? I get it. I mean, let's see what you get on first 5 Rockies. I feel you. Wait, I'm on totals here. Money line. First 5. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, you're getting a ton of value. Plus 165. Oh, that's that's at 5 dimes. You're getting a plus 160 at Bet Online. Pretty much plus 160 market. There's value there. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But I'm gonna stay off of this play. I'm uncomfortable. I think the pitchers are both good, and I'm uncomfortable with the wind blowing out at that rate. So let's keep rolling. Pirates at Nationals. Jamison Taillon versus Tanner Roark. Talking about how strong these cappers are that we have in our chat. Taillon had gotten off to an absolutely incredible start. He had an ERA under 1, a whip under 0.70, and my man Twatty Latte said Taillon is going to get touched. And that was 2 starts ago. Taillon has been touched in the last 2 starts. He's given up 12 runs on 14 hits. And only 5 in the third innings. My God, Twatty, that was absolutely impressive. We got a couple plays here. Best bets coming in. And my two best bets today from Kobe Valentine and Miami moneyline, Kansas City moneyline, and we will get to those games. And Darcy Critchen says, laying this price with Leicester feels like when you take the sheets off your bed and lay right on the mattress, uncomfortable. I hear you. I hear you. And my man Ray Dre, as Loshak calls him, says, Jimmy, you always have the 6 p.m. show. Absolutely. The only show that's going to start while our show is going on is this is the Rangers Indians game. Okay, Mr. Gokster agrees with Twadi Meister. Man, that was so impressive. So let's break this game down. Game time temp, 67 Fahrenheit. Pirates at Nationals. Nationals are just 12-16. If you guys remember, I hated what Davey Martinez did with this team in the spring. It was as if he was letting the Nationals players make all the rules, and he wasn't managing the club as he should, and I thought they were going to get off to a bad start. I was certain their offense was going to get off to a bad start, and they really didn't. They looked good for the first 4 or 5 games, and now they've fallen completely apart, which is what I expected. Pirates have won 6 straight. They just completed a 4-game sweep. Nick Kingham came in through 7 2/3 perfect innings in his first start. These Pirates knew what they were doing when they let Garrett Cole go, although I wish they kept him. He's a hell of a pitcher, and I like this Pirate squad, but they are 17-11, playing very good against this Nationals team, 4-9 at home, playing poorly. Tyon, 2-2 with a 4.91 ERA, still has a low whip. He had a 0.89 ERA through his first 3 starts before Twadi called him out to start dropping quick. Rourke, 1-2, 3.77 ERA, 1.00 whip. He looks more like he did 2 years ago rather than last year when he struggled. Through 31 innings, 28 Ks, 11 walks. Rourke gave up 4 runs on 6 hits over 6 innings and a loss to the Giants last time out, though he hasn't won since April 2nd. Opposing batters are hitting just 182 off of Rourke. 2-1, 5.32 ERA in 6 games, 3 starts versus the Pirates. Pirates are still hitting hard. 260, 743 OPS. Nationals are hitting 239, 721 OPS. Let's figure this game out. Nick Dial says Pirates or pass for me. Let's see. Anything else going on here? Pirates or pass. My man Jeremy M in the house. Great Capper says, what up, Jimmy? Shit, I'm late. Didn't realize what time it was, but here I am. Good thing, Jeremy M. We need you. Alex Vishnevsky said, up mad units from parlaying everything with Cavs money line. Yeah, man. Game 7, Big Braun. I love that last 3 covered the game for the Pacers because all of the big money in Vegas was on the Pacers. So nice to get the fucking books, a little milking. Twadi Latte says, I like Pirates team total over. Now, so when some of you guys who are new to this show, when you see some of these cappers, some of them have like a real intimate knowledge of certain teams. They live in those cities, and I always try to point that out so we can really listen to these cappers when they say something. Twadi lives in Pittsburgh. He called Tyon to get touched, and he's on Pirates team total over. Mr. Gokster says both teams have shit bullpens as well. I'm surprised that the Nationals bullpen has not been better. We expected them to be better. Kobe Valentine says Pittsburgh's lost 11 of its last 14 games in Washington and each of its last 4 games for its NL East opponents. Tomoy says Pittsburgh has been a good over team this year. Good lineup and bad starters and bullpen. At 8, I think the value is on the over. Rourke struggled in his last start and hasn't faced strong lineups. He did struggle his last start. In his lone, real tough start, 4 runs, 6 hits, 6 innings to a light-hitting Giant squad. My man Lou Scott in the house says, Jimmy, do you like any entertainment futures? Wondering who the next Bachelor will be. You know what? I don't watch any fiction at all, Lou. Nothing. I don't watch shit. All I watch is sports. And, so I have no idea. But if anybody wants to chime in on that, man, feel free. My man Elio Rodriguez also on the over in Pirates. James Stacy says, great price on the Nationals. We'll look back later in the season and think, give me that price. Interesting. Todd Raymond says, this weekend sucked. Let's make it right. We can do this together. We got Major Key Alert in the house. Alex Vishnevsky in the house. Dan Kelly says, Pirates are still overachieving. Working magic with Mears and a fishing line. Interesting. Nate Hogan says, Pirates are still fired up from the Kingham victory. I think the over might be a nice play. Elio and Twadi are 2 cappers that you want to be on the same side with. Carlos Pro says, remember, I'm in D.C. Rourke gets rocked. Saw him in San Francisco. He is trash. Wow, interesting. You know what? I think after capping this game with you guys, I think the total might be the play. Let's get to it quickly. Tyon does not look good. Let's see, and they're hanging an 8, right? Oh my God, there's a 7.5 at Pinnacle. There's a 7.5 at Bet Online. Wow, let's see what they're giving at U-Wager. The Greek. Shit, where the hell did it go? I hate when they do this. Sorry, I just lost the game for a second. Oh, there it is. 8. Oh, an 8.5. Wow. It's all over the map. The Greek's hanging an 8.5. Let me see. Is that a stale line then? Yes, it was a stale line. There are no 7.5s left available. Okay. Stale line. Host of Tucker says pit team total over at 3.5. That might be a nice spot. It definitely might be. I can't get any 7.5s. They are all gone now. Those were just stale lines that I was looking at. But I'm comfortable with an 8. Let's see. I got a 8 at minus 120 at Pinnacle. That's not good enough. Oh, man. But that looks like what I'm going to have to take. 8 minus 120 at Pinnacle. Oh, shit. I got the... God, there are 7.5. Sorry. I'm missing my partner in crime, Loshak, and I'm getting a little overwhelmed. My fault. There are 7.5. Sorry about that nonsense I was just feeding. There are 7.5s. Pinnacle hanging a minus 130 at 7.5. And same with Heritage. And U-Wager giving us the best line, 7.5, minus 127. I will take that. I'm going to take the over 7.5. Now, the winds are a little uncomfortable, blowing sideways across the diamond strongly. But I like this 7.5. I think that's low enough. I'm going to take over 7.5 at minus 127. All right. That wasn't a play I had planned to make, but I'm on it. Host F. Tucker saying, yeah, 7.5. Yeah, that was my fault, guys. My fault. I'm missing my partner in crime. I'm missing the stash who would be handling this. But I like it. Trey Corey says, if you're betting that thinking it'll hit 8, win by a hook. There you go. Colby says, Washington line is moved in Pittsburgh favor. 62% of bets on Washington, but line has moved from minus 120 to minus 109. Anders Larson likes the over 7.5. I like it. JCan38 says, you got this, Jimmy. Thank you for joining us. JCan38. All right, let's move on. Next game. Let's keep rolling. Now, I have 2 totals here that I like, that I'm going to hammer. And you know what? The wind's blowing in at 10 miles per hour. But wow, at Unibet, see, that's not one of the books that we are allowed to use here as we bang out our stats. But that's a great find, Host F. Tucker. Respect, my man. Get that paper by any means necessary. Okay. Rays at Tigers. You know what? I don't need to fade Zimmerman. He's 1-0. I just take the over every time he pitches. This Tigers team can hit. And Feria looks terrible on the road. I'm going to take the over here again, even though the wind is blowing in. I also am going to take the Rays team total over. They're hanging a plus at 4.5, and I'll take it. I'll take it anytime Zimmerman's on the mound. And I'm curious to see what you guys think of that. Rays 8-game winning streak ended Sunday with a 4-3 loss to the Boston Red Sox. Wilson Ramos has a tight hamstring, unlikely to play tonight, but won't go on the DL. I'd prefer him in the lineup if I was taking the over. Also, Cabrera is out of the lineup. So they're missing important pieces. There's no doubt about it if you're taking the over. I still think these pitchers are terrible. My man Donald Mao shouting out the Rays. My man Sean Wynn talking about the Diamondbacks on fire. We will get to that. I am Prometheus here. And I am Prometheus. I have a day pass for you for IFBC. I'll hang the IFBC link here right now, but I'm Prometheus. Can you hit me on Twitter? Because I need your first and last name, because I need to lock, and I believe I follow you too, so just give me a private message, because we got a day pass for you for IFBC. Let me send a quick link for you guys. We need low baggers represented at IFBC, so let me just give a quick link for you guys to sign up for IFBC. Let's get fucked up together and make that cake together and have an incredible time. We're working on getting Tyson, working on Lennox Lewis. I'm not sure. Russell Peters is pretty expensive, even though he's a friend of mine, and I was hoping that he would, you do a favor. Even doing a favor, he's very expensive, but we're trying to get the best of entertainment for you guys. Sorry, you got to get Pinnacle back up and get their team totals up. This will just take a second. MLB and team totals. There we go. Okay. Everybody here liking Tampa right now. James Stacy on the over first 5 and full game on Tampa. Kobe Valentine last 3 seasons. Zimmy 1-1 with a 5 with Zimmy being Zimmerman 1-1 with a 5.11 ERA, 24 innings, 32 hits, 14 earned runs. Opponents batting 317 off of him. Everybody, Elio, don't worry. I'll figure that stuff out this week for you, pal. Dan Grabica says, "Damn, I wish I could go to IFBC. Damn, we wish we could have you, man." Okay, Ghoster is on Tampa Bay. Let me just take a quick look. So I'm going to take the full game over here. Even though the wind isn't the way we'd probably like it in this situation. They're hanging 9s all over the place. Let's see the best one we can get. 9 minus 105 at Bookmaker. 9 minus 105 at Intertops. Friend of the show. Let's get it. I'm going to take the over 9. Over 9 at minus 105. Available at Intertops. And I'm going to take the team total over here at Pinnacle for the Rays. Over 4.5. Oh, it's changed. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was the Tigers over 4.5 was at plus money. You know what? I don't know if I'm going to take any team totals at this point. I think I'll just stick with the full game over. Oh, wow. Trey Corey getting a nice line there at 5 dimes. We don't use 5 dimes for our stats. Mr. Gokster says full game over 9 is the play. Elio Rodriguez took Tampa first 5. And Tomor says, both pitchers have struggled this year, and the Tigers' bullpen sucks. I see the case for the over. Tampa's lineup is so bad, though. They are so bad, but they've been succeeding at this so bad spot. So they're scoring runs. There's a good vibe when they go out there. Paco Healy says, birthday weekend looking to go huge at IFBC. That's so dope, Paco Healy. We love that. My man Greg Schneider says, what day are you going to do the breakdown, the Derby? Either Wednesday or Thursday, because they do the post positions on Tuesday. We need to know who's on the post positions. Kobe Valentine says the over is cashed in 7 of the last 9 road games. Over is cashed in 5 of the last 7 Tigers games. I'm not going to take a team total at this point. I'm just going to take, even though I do like the Rays team total over, it was a plan that I was going to make. But I'm going to use both offenses here on my over 9. And I'm going to study it a little bit more. Dom Ricci says over 7-1 when Tampa Bay's versus righties. They're just hitting righties. Maybe I shouldn't be scared. You know what? I am going to take it. I'm going to take Pinnacles. It was a plan for me to take. There's no reason to have no balls play. I'm at 8.8 units on the year in baseball. Let's get it. Tampa Bay over 4.5 at minus 114. Okay, team total over 4.5 minus 114. I'm on it. Let's get it. Let's keep moving on. We got to keep rolling. I don't mean to be taking too long. Okay, I was thinking about taking a shot with the Cincinnati Reds here. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. It's Hulis Chassin versus Brandon Finnegan. The Brewers, who are now 16-13 after that 4-game sweep, scoring no runs in Chicago against the Reds, who have won their last series and tied the series before that, won 4 of their last 7 games, still just 3-9 at home. Game time temp 70 Fahrenheit with the wind blowing out softly over the left field pole. So, will be a lot of foul balls in this game. Over the left field pole at 7 miles per hour. Bruins only scored 2 runs all weekend. We broke that down, ending all the momentum of their 8-game winning streak. That is gone. Reds are coming off their first multi-game series win of the season. Chassin 2-1, 3.99 ERA. Okay ERA, but very high whip at 1.57 through 29 in the third. 19 Ks, 14 walks. Chassin 2-3 with a 3.64 ERA in 8 games against the Reds. Finnegan coming back, right? He had the biceps injury that delayed his start to the season. Has not looked good, but he's somebody with a higher ceiling and somebody that we might be able to find value on if we take him early, especially with an 8.03 ERA and a 2.19 whip. Brewers are hitting very poorly versus lefties and just came off a series where they couldn't hit at all. Brewers are hitting 207 with a 612 OPS. Now, we know that Great American Ballpark can help teams in slumps, but Brewers are not hitting well through 246 at-bats versus lefties. Reds are hitting 243, 684. Not applicable says, Bread suck not hitting. Christopher Kelly says, thought we were fading Finnegan. We've been successful fading Finnegan so far, but I'm wondering if there's value with the Reds. Gate Pass Key says, since you have some decent bats right now. I am Prometheus says, I thought the Reds were only supposed to win every 5 games. Andrew says, I'm on the under. Mr. Goxer says, Milwaukee's second half was a play. Might be. Mr. Cloudkick says, Reds all week. Bats are alive. Darcy Cretchen says, Brew Crew bounce back. Excuse me. Carlos Bro says, Milwaukee 7 straight unders. I'm taking the over. Anthony L says, Finnegan is batting practice. Hitters Park. Take the over. Not applicable says, Reds have been playing well lately. Sean Wynn says, God, fuck the Reds. Why are they playing so good? They're not playing that good. You don't porn or rat in a fact he likes the Reds over 9.5. Jason Grassi says, can't trust Milwaukee. Dom Ricci, going back with my over, says 8-3-3 in last 14 in Detroit. Predictions guy says, Jimmy, right now, do you like justify to win the Derby? Oh my God. Yes, early money's coming in on Mendelssohn, and we got a really nice play. Also, when the Celtics win, I got in an extra 100. I had $400 on the series. I had 2 different bets here with units, and I also get an extra $100 from Bobano, which I'll be tweeting at him this afternoon, and I'll be adding that to my investment of the Kentucky Derby. Justify, I've not seen a horse run like Justify since American Pharoah. He's absolutely breathtaking, and that's why they nicknamed Big Red, which at first I was upset about. Big Red was Secretariat's nickname. No horse has been nicknamed Big Red since this Justify. Mendelssohn, I mean, we saw him romp in that Dubai Derby, winning by 20 lengths. Mendelssohn's a very special horse. That was his first race on dirt. Mendelssohn is going to be running in the Breeders' Cup Classic. And then that will probably be his prep race for the big $16 million race at Gulfstream. What's it called? Whatever. But yes, I'm taking Justify to win the Derby. It doesn't make sense to try and beat Justify, but we have to wait to see what post he gets, because if Justify is on the 19th, then yes, we should try and fade him. Because it's very, very difficult. Very difficult starting, especially for Justify, who I believe 7 horses is the biggest race he's ever been in. But we got to get to that later. But I can't wait to get into all that. Okay, DJ Big Boss saying over with the Reds. Michael Lundy says, Jimmy, can I still get a day pass even if I don't get picked for one of the rooms? Yes, Michael Lundy, we will work with that, especially for our low baggers, without doubt. But let's try and get you guys rooms. We started giving out, and I'll go over what's gone on so far. I want to see who's won the random seats and find out more about it. Barkerman says, Finnegan has made 5 starts, 1 relief appearance against Milwaukee in his career, going 2-1 with a 3.86 ERA. Donald Mouse says, Bruins will continue to slump. David Stewart, I know he had a ton on the Celtics, man. It made me smile when they took care of business. So easy. And Dan Kelly says Mendelssohn isn't even in the States yet. He doesn't get here till tomorrow. Shocking. I agree, Dan. It's absolutely shocking because he's going to have to go into whatever the medical term is, where he can't be around other horses at first. I'm shocked that he came in so late. Tobison said, when you're having your Derby show, we'll do it either Wednesday or Thursday. I'll film it. We'll put it on SBR. We'll do it outside of Loshak in the bag. Melee Payless Way says, Reds, 4+ runs, 6 of the last 7. Taking a shot versus Chassin. I am too. I really am too. Greg Schneider says, Dan Kelly, does that affect me? Quarantine. Thank you, Dan. Yes, I do think this is going to affect them. But they're not. These are, very, very well-respected trainers who are making these decisions. Okay, I'm going to take a shot with the Reds here. There's a better feeling in the clubhouse. The Brewers aren't scoring. The Brewers aren't hitting lefties. I was just hoping to get a little more value on this. Let's see exactly what I'd get right here. Money line, Reds, plus 108, plus 107. I don't even know if that's worth it, man. I don't know if that's worth it. That's not enough money for me. I'm not going to make the move yet. I would like to take a shot with the Reds, but I want at least plus 125 to do it. Finnegan there's no reason I should put my money. I'm not making a play on that game yet. Let's keep rolling. Royals at Red Sox. Hamill versus Eduardo Rodriguez. Red Sox 20-7. Man, are they playing good ball. Royals 2-game winning streak for the first time all year. They're 7-20. Red Sox 20-7, matching their second best start in franchise history. Royals won 2 straight. Escobar took a pitch. Alcides Escobar took a pitch off his hand day to day. Hamels 0-2, 3.38 ERA, 1.16 WHIP through 32 innings, 17 Ks, 9 walks. Hamels is 3-3 with a 4.25 ERA against Boston in 15 games, 8 starts. 2-1 with a 4.45 ERA in 9 games, 4 starts at Fenway Park. Rodriguez had his season delayed, right, because of offseason knee surgery. Started poorly with that 3 2/3 debut, and now has run 3 straight quality starts and is looking electric. 3-0, 3.63 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, and my man Pete Loshak is a big believer in Rodriguez. Says he's got electric stuff. He is proving it right now. Mr. Gokser saying lean to the Red Sox run line. Dave Huang in the house says, Jimmy, watch Teddy covers today. Need more info from the best entertaining capper ever. Dave Huang, that's very kind of you to say, my man. My man Anders Larson says Red Sox all day. Mr. Cloudkick says Sox on the run line, Dragon pick. A lot of people believing in the Sox here, and why shouldn't they? Rodriguez has been playing very well. Royals are actually hitting lefties much better than they're hitting righties. 250, 707 OPS. The Red Sox are hitting lefties terribly, but Hamels is a righty. Red Sox are hitting 270, 783 OPS and hitting very well versus righties. Colby Valentine saying Hamels is 2-0 last two versus Boston, 14 innings, 5 earned runs. ESPN Pick Center has KC Moneyline at plus 210. Well, there's tons of value there. Anthony L says, hold a gun to a family member's head. Tell me to bet Finnegan only getting plus 108, and I'd have one less family member. Oh, no, Anthony L. Yeah, right. You're right, though. Very dramatic way of putting it, but you're right. It doesn't make sense. We should be getting plus 120, 125 for Finnegan. Kobe Valentine says 83% of bets on Boston. I'll fade the public here. Interesting. There's just not a lot of value on Boston. You would have to take them on the run line. Getting a quick look, Boston's minus 230 at Pinnacle. That's the best you can get right here. Minus 230 at Intertops and at UWager. I'd have to take them on the run line. I don't know if that's good enough. I'm not going to make that play at this point. So let's keep rolling because we got some more sports we got to get to, and I've been going slow, and I apologize, but I'm trying to give as much respect to this incredible group of cappers on our chat as possible. Anthony L says KC is worth a half unit shot at that price. I get it. Melee Payless Way says current Sox hitting 319 versus Hamels, over 13, 5, and 3 last 21 meetings. Not applicable says Philly all day. Miami sucks. Question is, what are you going to get from Dan Straley? But I agree. Arrieta's playing great, and Philly are playing well. Philly, they're 16-11, which means they've gone 15-7 since that 1-4 start. That was mostly Kapler's fault. Herrera, Herrera batting .348 with a 392 on base percentage, 920 OPS. Hoskins hitting the way we expected him to, 346, 495 on base percentage, 1.098 OPS. Marlins have won 2 straight series. And Kobe Valentine here has been making a lot of money off of them. Marlins starting pitchers have a streak of 7 straight games in which they've allowed 2 runs or less. Straley will be making his 2018 debut after missing time with a strained forearm. My man Darcy Kretchen giving me a shout out. Much love. Thank you for that. Straley looked good this spring before he got hurt. What's Straley going to give us? That's the big question. What is Straley going to give us? Before he got hurt, in this spring, he threw 14 innings, 1.29 ERA, 1.07 WHIP, 10 Ks, 2 walks. He usually pitches well, fresh, but Greg Schneider says Philly killed Straley last year. Dom Ricci says Miami sucked. Miami sucks. Meanwhile, they played a good series versus the Rockies. Donald Mount says, I like Straley. Under in Philly, Miami. Elio Rodriguez also on Marlins under. Kobe Valentine says Straley 13-4 at home last 3 years. He wins at home. Straley's minor leagues numbers were not too impressive, says Gokster, but he's had nice major league numbers. He went 14-8 with a 3.76 ERA for the Reds in 2016, 10-9 with a 4.26 ERA last year with the Marlins, and he had a really nice start last year. He just got lit up in the last 8 weeks or so of the season. Arrieta's Philly debut April 8th was against these Marlins, and it did not go well. Arrieta lasted just 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 runs, 2 of them were earned. Since then, he's been unbelievable. At least 6 2/3 in all 3 of his subsequent starts, has allowed a combined 3 earned runs in those starts. Arrieta 3-0, 1.82 ERA, 0.9 WHIP through 24 2/3, 18 Ks, 8 walks. Philly are not hitting as well. You'd think they were hitting better for their great record. 232 average, 695 OPS. Marlins are hitting 222, 16 OPS. JK says there's a value price on a good team. I'm riding with Phillies. Joseph Tucker says Arrieta at minus 150. I'll take it. Tomor says Straley's a fly ball pitcher. He pitched much better at home last year, but I like fading pitchers in their first start off an injury. I'd lean the Philadelphia team total over. I think Philly's a nice spot here. Anthony L says Arrieta versus Staley. What else do we need to know? This game should be minus 170, and we're getting minus 145, so take the Phillies. Let's take a quick look. Let's line shop what we'd get for the Phillies. I agree that they're in a nice spot. They're minus 146 at Pinnacle, minus 143 at Bookmaker. That looks like the best. Let's take a quick look at the next page. And, yes, minus 143 is the Greek King in a minus 141. Greek hanging at minus 41, minus 141. I think that's a nice spot. I agree with you guys. Who knows what Straley's going to do in his first game back after a long layoff. Philly's not to be messed with. I agree, and they're going to give me a minus 41 here. Line shopping at SBR odds. I will take it. I will take Phillies minus 141 money line. All right, let's keep rolling. Barkerman says Philly 6-1 in their last 7 meetings. Let's keep rolling. Blue Jays at Twins. Blue Jays 15-12. They just stopped a 4-game losing streak. Twins are playing terrible. Lost 9 of 10. They're 9-14. Still 6-5 at home. Game time temp 76 Fahrenheit with the wind blowing sideways across the infield. Strong at 14 miles per hour. Minnesota was outscored 24-14 over the weekend series with the Reds. How bad are you playing when the Reds light you up? Twin starters have failed to make it through 5 innings in 6 of their last 8 games and 11 times overall. 11 times out of their 23 starts. They've not made it through 5 innings. Jesus. Jay snapped a 4-game losing streak with a 7-2 win over the Rangers on Sunday. Devin Travis was the leadoff hitter on opening day, batting 148. We sent him to Buffalo, which is actually a great place to play if you are playing in the minors. They sell out those games all the time. It's a great stadium right downtown. But he looked awful. Struck out 18 times, 61 at-bats, down to Buffalo. Sanchez, 1-2, 3.69 ERA. We got my man Al Mack in the house. I will read out what he has to say. So Al Mack saying we're making mistakes here. Trends are really not profitable. He thinks minus 150 lines lead to losing overall. And could be very, very, very right. And he is. He is. Kobe Valentine loved fading the public. 84% of bets on Philly. You guys might be right. This might have been a mistake. Getting the line I'm getting, but I've been getting burnt taking the run line, which is something, as you guys know, I did heavy in hockey this year. I've been getting burnt, so but I hear what you're saying, Al Mack, and you do sound like the voice of reason. Sanchez, 1-2, 3.69 ERA, 1.33 whip through 31 2/3, 23 Ks, 15 walks. Too many walks. He's barely allowing hits, but he's allowing way too many walks. Throwing a changeup, a career high 29% of the time. He's recorded a quality start in 4 of his 5 turns this season. 1-0 with a 2.57 ERA and 3 career starts against Minnesota. Lind, 0-2, 7.71 ERA, 2.04 whip. He looks terrible this year. He's allowed at least 5 runs in 3 outings this season and couldn't get out of the 4th his last time. So those are his 4 starts. Lynn, 0-1 with the 2.25 ERA and 2 career starts versus the Jays. But he's been pitching terrible this year. Jays are hitting 231 with a 736 OPS. Twins are hitting 238 with a 713 OPS. Searcy agreeing with Al Max is at that price, not touching Phillies. Maybe it was a mistake. I can hear what you guys are saying. Darcy Gretchen says, I had a Phil's lean, but the Straley stat dropped is nice. Y'all should consider it. Kobe says, I love my Jays, but I just don't like this line movement, nor do I like that we've been losing to these veteran pitchers. Lynn is bad. As bad as he is this year, he's still a vet. Al Max on the Blue Jays heavy tonight. Al Mack and I have a $100 bet on the over-under. As you guys know, I put $500 on the under 81.5, and then Al Mack was believing so much on his Jays that I had to bet him as well. And he's looking good so far, 15-12, but he will lose this bet. I do not think this Jays team will win 82 games this year. Nicholas Newell says, Philly heavy favorite, low-scoring game, take Marlins. A lot of people disagreeing with my Philly play, and that does not make me feel good. Sanchez, 7 straight unders. 9-1 in unders. Wow. Scat Daddy. Dan Kelly getting talking about dads. Dom Ricci says, open at plus 105. Christopher Kelly says, are we forgetting this Sunday to Monday on the road travel team fade? You're right. Chris Kelly, we've not been talking about the team playing in this Sunday night game, traveling on Monday. And so you're right. And that would be the Angels. We haven't got to that game yet. Anders Larson likes the Blue Jays first 5. And you know what? I'm off this game at this point. I do not believe in the Jays. I do believe in Sanchez over Lynn. I understand why Kobe's afraid of the Jays offense against these veteran pitchers, and I'm off it. A lot of people saying slight lean on that Philly game. More people liking the under there, and I'm concerned that I may have made a bad play. Okay, we are almost done. We got 3 games left, so let's keep rolling. Yankees at Astros. This is a big game. This is the game of the day. Sonny Gray versus Charlie Morton. 18-9 Yankees against the 19-10 Astros. Yankees have won 9 straight. Yankees have won 9 straight. Yankees have surrendered just 18 runs during that stretch and allowed more than 3 runs only once. Gray's 1-1 with a 7.71 ERA. And I believe that stretch of great starting pitching will stop. He's looked terrible this year. 2.14 whip through 21 innings, 19 Ks, 16 walks. Man. Kilted Chimp giving a shout out to Brent Brooks. Straight fire in the NHL. Richly deserved, Brent Brooks. You are a monster. We will be getting into those games very quickly, so I'll keep rolling as fast as I can. Gray, 4-3 with a 3.09 ERA over 9 career starts against the Astros. Anthony L. believing in the Astros. Both these pitchers look terrible their last start. Astros are coming off back-to-back wins, though. 11-0 victory on Saturday over the A's. 8-4 win in the rubber match on Sunday. They amassed 20 hits in those 2 wins, including 9 for extra bases. Morton, 3-0. 1.86 ERA, 1.10 whip through 29 innings, 35 Ks, 11 walks. Morton has last just 4 innings in his previous start on April 24th against the Angels. First time in 5 starts. Jesus. Just a little note from Johan. Johan, we got to end early? Okay, we're good. Okay, good, because I would have had to go much faster. Okay, we're good. But let me keep rolling and moving as fast as possible. Tomar says, I think the Yankees are slightly overrated here. They hit at home, but Morton is a solid pitcher in Houston, and Gray struggled in hitters' parks all year. Paco Healy saying, over. The over might be simply low-hanging right now, especially after Morton lasts just 4 innings in his last start. First time in 5 starts this season, he didn't log at least 6 innings. Season-high 5 walks, season-low 2 strikeouts, allowed 4 earned runs. We know a lot of people thinking that he could be on PEDs because he's turned into an excellent power pitcher out of nowhere. He's 1-1 with a 5.68 ERA over 2 career starts against the Yankees. Yankees are hitting .259 with an 8.11 OPS. Monsters, and they're winning with pitching. Let's get a quick look at that over. That over might be low-hanging. Let's see. So, totals quickly. All right. Let's get a quick. Oh, man, yeah. Christopher Kelly saying Morton didn't take his PEDs last game. USADA testing caught up to him. I like Yankees. Anthony S says this game is -150. Should be closer to -180, -170. Yankees are getting overvalued. And Dom Ricci, my man Dom, says, what I say, Jim, fade Yankees first 20 games. They turned it around almost exactly on 20 games. You're absolutely right, Dom. And, you know, you're from New York, man. We know you'd have a good read on this team. Not applicable says 8.5 seems low. It does seem low. I'll take the over 8.5. Let's see. Pinnacle hanging at -102. Heritage hanging at +100 at 8.5. Same with you, Wager. All right, I'm on it. I'm going to take the over 8.5. Over 8.5 at +100. I think that's nice, man. Over 8.5 +100. And the total just moved now. Dan Kelly got an 8. Were they really hanging 8s? Wow. Oh, they are. What am I talking about? Bookmaker hanging an 8 at -120. Oh, maybe I should take that. Sorry, let me slow down there. Let's see. The Greek hanging an 8.5 at +101. Man, it's better having Pete doing the line shopping. Okay. I think I'm going to take an 8 at -120 instead. Let me get to that. Wow, that line has changed now. -110 at Bookmaker. And that's not a stale line. That moved 30 minutes ago. Wow, this is changing fast. Oh, Bookmaker, -8, -110. I'm taking it. 8, -110. Thank you for mentioning that, Dan Kelly. That may have saved me money. Over 8, -110, available at Bookmaker. Let's get that cake. Okay, we got a couple games left. We got to keep rolling. And I've got plays on both these games. Dodgers at Diamondbacks. Dodgers are not playing well. Dave Roberts said yesterday, when it's all said and done, the Dodgers will be at the top of the division. I do not know if that is the case. We have a quick warning. My man Twatty Latte says Morton just stopped throwing a sinker and gained 4 miles per hour on his fastball. So Twatty does not believe that Morton is on PEDs. Joshua Turnage says, warning, Jason Hamill is due for a win. No one is on Kansas City. Boston could lose today. Fade the public. Dave LA says, drinking game. Take a shot every time Jimmy mentions Pete. Too early to be getting fucked up. Dave? And Elio Rodriguez tailing on that over. Okay, Diamondbacks lead the NL West by 5 games after becoming the first National League team in 111 years to win their first 9 series. Very impressive. They've won 11 of 12 regular season meetings over the Dodgers. Dodgers lost 5 of their last 6. They just lost 3 of 4 in San Francisco. The bullpen is falling apart for them. Gave up 12 runs in 10 and a third. Now they have Stripling starting today. 0-0, 0.63 ERA, 1.26 whip through 14 and a third. Looking good. Greinke, 2-2, 4.80 ERA, 1.13 whip through 30 innings, 32 Ks, 3 walks, has allowed 6 homers in 30 innings, just 30 innings. 5-4, 3.91 ERA in 12 career starts against the Dodgers, but he's just such a good pitcher at home. Greinke, 1-0 at home, allowed 2 runs in 2 home starts this season. Just 2 runs in 2 home starts. Dodgers hitting 248 with 723 OPS. Diamondbacks hitting 230 with 719 OPS. Tomor says, I think there's some value on the Dodgers here, plus 125. Greinke isn't pitching well, missed all of spring training. Stripling has been solid. Dodgers have hit Greinke hard, but Greinke pitches just so well at home. Now applicable is on Arizona. It says Dodgers aren't hitting, but can't trust their pitcher either. Anthony Ellis has been on Diamondbacks all year. They're going to win 95 games, and they're undervalued all season. I keep betting them. They keep making me cash. Donald now says, trust Stripling isn't that good. I agree. Not only that, but I'm going for a score here. I'm taking the Diamondbacks on the run line this evening. I'm looking for a score, and I'm going to get it. I'm taking the Diamondbacks on the run line. They want to keep rolling. Let's see what I'm getting. They're plus 164 at Pinnacle. Ooh, that looks nice. Oh, that's nice. That's going to be the best I'm getting. I'm going to take it. Minus 1.5 at plus 164. That's a huge line. And I'm going to take it. Wow, that's beautiful. Minus 1.5 at plus 164. Let's make sure that's not stale. It is not stale, and I'm on it, man. That's a nice score. Kobe saying Greinke 2-4 versus Dodgers with a 4.4 ERA in his last 6. Those are being more road games though than home games. And Tomor says, I think the Dodgers pitcher regresses hard. I agree. Diamondbacks and under 8.5 for Anthony L. Diamondbacks most profitable team in baseball, says my man Al Mack. And Todd Raymond says that Diamondbacks run line looks good. Michael Knapp says Greinke fastball down 2 to 4 miles this year is concerning. And Searcy says, last line I saw was plus 100. Man, that line must have shot up. That is what it is saying. It was the opening line. Dan Kelly says, Jimmy, unless you have a play on that game, wait till 6 p.m. for the late game analysis. You're right, but I do have a play on it. I'm taking both home teams here on the late games run line, and I'm locking him in now. I think Samardzija will have a bounce back. He loves pitching at home. Yes, his last start looked bad. And Eric Lauer, who knows what he's going to get. Tomor says Greinke pitched well at home last start, but it was against San Francisco. This is a big step up. It's not really. The Dodgers bats are cold. So I don't really see them, and we know they hit lefties. Lefties. We're not talking about lefties. Greinke's already. We know they're just not that much of a step up from the Giants. I don't believe. Not applicable says crappy lean towards San Francisco. I am on Samardzija here, and I'm going to take another run line. My man Scotty Rock says Giants all day. Padres have lost 9 and 12. Giants have won consecutive series against Nationals, Angels, Dodgers. This is their first sequence of 3 straight series wins since last May, and they're going to find this much easier against the Padres. Lauer looked terrible in his first start. 22-year-old first start. It was in Coors Field. Story hit a grand slam in the second off him. Samardzija looked awful in his last start, but great in his first start. I think he can get back to his look more like he did in that first start. Padres are hitting 228, 669 versus OPS this year, and the Giants are hitting lefties terribly, 224, 648 OPS, but I just think this is a really nice spot for the Giants to keep to their winning ways. I'm on the Giants run line as well, and I'm getting a plus 134 here at Pinnacle, and line shopping around on SBR odds. That looks like it's the best for me. I'm taking it. Giants minus 1.5 at plus 134. Okay, so a quick recap of my baseball bets, and we'll move on to these exciting what do we got first? NHL game. So I'm off of Rangers, Indians. I'm off Rockies at Cubs. I'm on the over 7.5 in the Pirates at Nationals. Tyon versus Rourke. I'm on the team Rays at Tigers. I'm on the team total over 4.5 on the Rays and on the over 9 full game. I'm off the Brewers Reds. I wanted to take a shot at the Reds, but not at plus 108. I am off the Royals at Red Sox. I'm on the Phillies money line. A lot of people saying taking numbers at this line, or I'm getting a minus 141, will not work long term. And you're right. And I stayed away from them in the NHL, but I've been getting burned on the run lines in baseball, especially with road teams. So I'm not doing it. I'm taking Philly on the money line at minus 141, but I understand why people won't like that. Then I'm off Jays Twins. I'm on the over Yankees at Astros. And I have both home teams on the run line, Diamondbacks and Giants. Just need one of them for profit. All right, that's good, man. Before we get into NHL, we should definitely give a shout out to my man, Brent Brooks, who's just destroying NHL. Well, I am slipping. As you know, my high water mark in NHL was about, I don't know, I think it was like about up 42 units or something like that. I was going for 50 units, and I have been slipping fast. Now, I do have futures action on the Pittsburgh Penguins that I gave out on this show, so that will help. But my units are not looking good. I'm afraid to look at them. But please, Johan, if you could you throw up Pete and I's NHL record, of which I'm very uncomfortable about. Here we go. Oh, God. What happened to me? Down to a 4.3% ROI. Heartbreak, man. My God. Heartbreak. That's very, very upsetting. Bill Butlicker says, sorry I'm late. Jimmy, you look as fresh and radiant as Sandra Bullock did in Miss Congeniality. Thank you. That means the world to me. Much bigger dick than Sandra Bullock, but it means the world to me. Twatty Latte calling Brooksy the Oracle Messiah, and it's richly deserved. He's hitting very hard. Let's break down these games right now. First off, Bruins at Lightning. Lightning looked rusty in game one. We realize why they looked rusty. They were off for a week. But the Marchand, Pasternak, Bergeron line dominated. Produced 11 points. And Al Mack coming in, crushed NHL this weekend. Respect, Al. 9-1. Had the Sharks OT on Saturday and OT in Winnipeg. Respect, Al. Love hearing that shit, man. So let's talk about this Marchand, Pasternak, and Bergeron line. This is the key to the series. Can the Lightning match a forward line up against this line? Because we felt like the Leafs could with that Auston Matthews line. Does the Lightning have a line you can match up? This line's combined for 41 points in their 5 wins, 0 points in their 3 losses. But that was against this Leafs team that has young forwards that could match up with this line. The Lightning don't have that type of defensive forwards. Now, we know that Hedman will be on the ice every time this line will be on the ice, so that helps, having a big, tough defender. Swiatek says Bruins team total over 2.5 is a solid play. It is not applicable on Boston doing it again. Mr. Gokster saying, I hate Boston, but they are fucking rolling. Not applicable on Boston money line. The Lightning just don't have the type of defensive forwards that they need to shut this line down. Their third line, Killorn, Chiarelli, and Gord. That doesn't work. Then they have their fourth line, Kunitz, Paquette, and Callahan. I don't think you'd want to play them. You wouldn't want to play that line for 25 minutes a game. So they definitely are not going to use the Palat Johnson point line. That leaves them to fight fire with fire. They basically have to put Stamkos, Miller, and Kucherov up against that line at all times. I think the Lightning are in trouble in this series. Let's see what you guys have to say. Jason Grassie's on the Boston Tampa Bay over. Tomar says, I'm on Boston at plus 135. I think Tampa Bay's inconsistent defense is catching up with them, and Boston is a more physical team. I see Boston as a stronger team, better built playoff hockey. I agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. Tomar says it's a value bet to me. I think Boston is better and they match up well. Tampa is not as good as Toronto, says not applicable. I agree with all these things. The question is, are these Bruins kind of tired? They've been going hard for a long time, and are they happy splitting the series? That's why I'm uncomfortable taking the Bruins here. Are they comfortable going back 1-1? That's the question. I don't have a play on this game. Mal Max says Callahan is a washed-up bum. I'm surprised they picked up Kunitz as well, a guy that I've always liked, but I don't think that's the right. Ooh, Pablo Pizarro, Boston reverse line at plus 335. Man, Pablo. Shit. That might be the play. Al Mack saying, Bruins sweep. I'm betting it right now. Al Mack, could you please tell us what you get for that? I'd be very curious. Very curious. Elio Rodriguez says, part of the show where I'm all ears is the silly comments. He loves it. I love this chat so much. Ant-Man D says, which Rask shows up tonight? Barkerman, over is 5-1 Bruins last 6 games playing on 1-day rest. Bruins win the series. Not sure about tonight, says JK. I'm not sure if I'm going to take the Bruins at this spot because I think they'd be happy going back 1-1. Darcy Kretchen says, I'm a Bruins fan, but I think this is the one game Tampa might have a shot in. I agree. And the over does sound enticing. Let's get a quick look at what we get on the over. Over 6. And it's even money both sides. Over 6. So it's not juice to either side. Swytek says, I think the safest play is the Bruins team total over, reasonably priced at -120. I'm a little concerned. With Boston tonight because they got to be exhausted and they should be happy with a 1-1 series. Mr. Gokster says over, Jim. I think maybe, but I'm not going to pull the trigger at this point. I'm going to think about it a little longer and study the game a little longer. An MDSZ4 Fur says, I got plus 450 if Bruins sweep. Nice, man. God, I hope that hits for you, pal. Tomar says, I see this game is tied late. I think Boston will have a shot. Plus 135 is enough for me to bet it. And I get it. Paco Healy says Tampa tonight. Eric Swytek says, should be a 4-3 game that could go either way. All right, let's move on to this and CC Fitness says, I'm on the Bolts team total over. That might be a play I make in this game. And I just think I think that the Bruins are a better team. I'm going to take more time in it, but I might just ride with CC Fitness here. I just think the Bruins are going to be happy going back 1-1. And because they just played a 7-game series, they got to be exhausted. Obviously, their adrenaline was pumped first game of the series, and they dominated. But this is a rested Lightning team. I'm going to make a note of that, CC. I think I might take that with you, but I need more time. Okay. Knights at Sharks. Wow. Now, the juice to the under has gone down a bit, man. When I was studying this game this morning, it was at -135. They were hanging -140s. Now it's down to -128, -130 to the under. A much more reasonable spot. Bet online hanging to -128 at 5.5. Interesting. Twatty says, in honor of Pete, I'm going to ride my niece's bike to the store. Adam, UES says, Bolts team total 3.5 plus 115. I like it. That might be a play I make as well, Adam. I just need a little more time because I wasn't actually planning on making that bet. And when I add on bets, sometimes I prefer just to take a little more time, which I will do. Tomor, one last thing on that last game before we move on to Night Shark says, I think Boston is the kind of veteran team that will go for the kill here. I just think Rask will be great all series after getting called out and being inconsistent against Toronto. I hear you, Tomor. I truly fear. I think the Lightning team total over is the best play more and more the more I talk about it. I just feel like the Bruins got to be tired. They got to be exhausted. And they'll get that adrenaline boost when they go home. So I hear you, though. And Al Max getting plus 500 for the Bruins sweep. Wow, that's excited. Okay, Donald Mao says, I'm Romethea says, Knights are taking it. That callback goal is bullshit. Donald Mao says, Knights are going to come out strong, looking for that stolen puck in OT. Paco Healy says, Knights all day. Not applicable says, Sharks. Vegas is going the way of the Ducks. Quack. Wow. Giovanni Beestorf says, I'm starting to understand hockey and I'm enjoying it. We're happy to have you, man. We love hockey. All Canadians want as many people watching hockey as possible. We want a bigger share of the sports stage. So that's wonderful news, Giovanni. Keep at it, man. Marcus Cologne says, Knights Sharks under first quarter, meaning first period. Man, Vegas suffered their first loss in the playoffs, and everyone is saying the right things. I've just been very impressed with Gallant all the way through. Not just Jar Gallant, their coach, but all the players are saying all the right things. But there should be fear. My man, Big Dick Donnie in the house. Thank you for joining us. Randy Lockhart on the under. Bruins under 5.5, which must be a huge plus because they're hanging sixes everywhere. McGolgster says, don't sleep on the Sharks, guys. Thomas says, I think the Knights are a better team, but I think San Jose's momentum and they'd be much better at home. If you're a Knights fan, you should be concerned. The Sharks outshot them 47-29. Vegas did not get more than 8 shots in any period, and you should be concerned about that. Now, Vegas went 1-0-1 at the Shark Tank during the regular season. Carlson continues to play excellently, but now the Sharks are going to have Evander Kane back in the lineup. A big body to push you guys around. Now, your forwards aren't that big, but you do have some big boys on defense, especially Derek Englund. Joe Thornton could be back for Game 3. He could be back tonight. He's been practicing with the top line. That will be a boost. I'd be concerned. I'm leaning Sharks here and not going to make a move at this point. I want to study it longer and see what you guys all have to say. Al Max says Vegas hasn't trailed in the series in all playoffs. Tonight's the night, I think. I don't know. Getting the Knights as dogs is juicy. I get it. JK says going to be a lot of frowning faces in the Shark Tank tonight as Knights come out hot and swinging hard. Yeah. Michael Knapp says Knights tonight. Flower will show up and have a great game. Mr. Cloudkick says Knights are built for the night. They don't sleep. They wait. Randy Lockhart says, getting same sense as Nashville series. Bruins are the better team in my opinion, but tough to call. Justin Fernandez says, over is cashed in 5 of the last 6 Sharks games at home. Great stat, Justin Fernandez. Randy Lockhart says, Tampa down 0-2 at home to start a series, however. Tampa home ice isn't quite what Nashville's is. Bruins money line. And the Kilted Chimp starting to believe in his boys again. The Kilted Chimp from the area, from San Jose, says, blood in the water. Sharks money line. Let's get a quick look at what we get on the Sharks money line here. Quick look. Money line. Sharks. Minus 130 is hanging around. Minus 129. So money coming back on Vegas. Top Shelf Sniper says Vegas should be up too. That this loud goal was a joke. Vegas puck line, says Top Shelf Sniper. Ooh. Elio Rodriguez says hockey playoffs should not compete with basketball playoffs. It's keeping Americans off. I feel you. Not applicable says the bubble is burst. San Jose at home. Okay, Anders Larson says, I like the Sharks tonight at home. They will make life difficult with their speed. I tell you what, my lean is Sharks money line and Tampa Bay Lightning team total over. Sharks money line, Tampa Bay team total over. Okay, I've had enough time to think about this stuff. I'm jumping in. Let's see what Pinnacle will give me quickly, and then we'll finish off with basketball, hockey, NHL. Oh, they're not giving out team totals. I forgot about that. Okay, I'm going to need a team total over here. Let's see what Bet365 is giving me. Sorry, guys. I don't have Pete to handle this. I wish I had a female to come in and dance when I'm looking at team totals. That's what we got to get. Hey, Johan? Get a female in here dancing every time I'm looking up team totals and looking up line shopping. That's what we should get. Okay, quickly looking at this. Ice hockey. Jeremy M saying no puck lines tonight. Jeremy M, what are your NHL plays? I'm very curious to hear. Okay. Tampa Bay. Team totals. Team to score first. Game total. Fuck, man. Team to score first. Why aren't they giving me team totals? They aren't. Okay, this is going to take some time for me to get a team total. God damn it. I hate when they do this. What the hell? No team totals? Team scoring first wins, game total, alternative total. Dicks. Okay. I can't get a team total anywhere. Let's look at some more stats. But I'm going to get one, and I'm going to tweet it out. So I'm going to get a team total, tweet it out. But I will take the Sharks on the money line. I know it's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous going against this Golden Knight team that's been so magical. I just feel like they're in a tough spot here against the Sharks. Let's see. Not a good line from Bet365. Just getting minus 135. Let's do a quick line shop. Minus 130 at Pinnacle. Minus 129 at Heritage. Minus 122 at the Greek. And that wins. Let's make sure it's not stale. Oh, it was stale. Minus 123 is what they're giving at the Greek. Minus 123. Oh, no. And now it's minus. Oh, sorry. Yes. Minus 123 at the Greek. I will take it. Sharks, money line. Minus 123. I'm on it. Take it. And then I'm going to tweet out the team total there. James Stacey says, my future on the Sharks for Stanley Cup moves on. It does, and it looks good. And not only you, but my man Noster Toda is on that as well. Kilted Chimp on the Sharks. Randy Lockhart says, over 6-0-3 in Sharks' last 9 conference semifinals games. And Sharks are 4-0 in their last 4 games played on one-day rest. Sharks are 4-0 in their last Monday games. Wow. Not applicable. 4-1 Sharks night, and Bettman will have a loaf in his pants. Randy Lockhart says, under 4-0 Golden Knights' last 4 Monday games. Golden Knights are 8-1 in their last 9 versus a team with a winning record, and Golden Knights are 5-1 in their last 6 overall. Woo! Shit! Okay, I'm on that play, and I'm going to add the team total. Okay, let's move on. Oh, Joshua Turner says, fading Jimmy and the Phillies today as well. These dogs bite hard. You know, Joshua, the more you guys were saying that this was a bad play, the more uncomfortable, the Phillies, the more uncomfortable I am with it. I hear you, Joshua. Get that cash by any means necessary. And if that means fading me, fade me. Jeremy M says, leaning Vegas money line plus 110 and Lightning money line. No plays for me yet. Vegas wins the series. Bruins win the series, and that's that. Wow. Dan Kelly says, I wanted to bet the Celtics tonight, but Jaylen Brown is the last draw. Celtics team total under 100.5. Ooh, I think that might be an excellent play. Dan Kelly, easily one of the sharpest basketball minds I've ever met. Team total under for the Celtics. I'm on the Sixers. First off, I hope he's added in my series victories. It's been a tough few weeks for me in both NHL and NBA. But Johan, could you please fire up our NBA records? I would like to see it. I haven't seen it in a while. Yes, he has. Okay, a plus 6.6. 1.2 ROI. You know what? I want to be positive units in NBA. It means the world to me. And people say you can't beat the NBA and bullshit like that. I was hoping to be double-digit units at the end of the year, and plus 6.5, plus 6.6. I can still get to double digits. My man Twatty Latte says, in honor of Pete, I'm watching a Bigfoot documentary. That is very sweet of you. Very sweet of you. I think Dan Kelly's onto this. I think the Sixers are the play, and the Celtics team total under Boston, especially without Jaylen Brown. I think they're both the play. Let's see what I'll get first on the Sixers point spread. Get that going. And there's fours everywhere. I waited too long. Should have tweeted it out when there was 3.5s all morning, and it was less than that earlier. Mistake. Now I'll have to take them at 4, which I will still do. Thomas says, I'm on Philadelphia. Got him -3. Good work. Underdog status on -3 too. Molly Mall says, go Sixers. Thomas says, I've had a lot of success betting against teams coming off Game 7s in Game 1. I think it's ridiculous the NBA makes the teams play Game 7 play on one-day rest. I agree. Elio Rodriguez says, great week for Gulfstream. I'm thinking of going Thursday through Sunday. Oh, I wish I could go with you. Kilted Chimp says, Jimmy G is supposed to be at the tank tonight. Nice. I have a friend that works here. He's going to try to get your jersey autographed. Ooh, shit. That's so exciting. Oh my god. My man Kilted Chimp got me a Jimmy G jersey, and he's going to try to get an autograph tonight. Oh, fuck, that'd be unbelievable. We'll have to put it up on the wall. Our studio is almost finished, and that will definitely go up on the wall. Dan Kelly said, I thought at -2.5 yesterday. This was a mistake. Clearly a mistake I made by waiting to make this play. I should have made it a -3.5. I hope it doesn't come back to haunt me. Let's see. Bookmaker hanging a -105. One book that we don't use still hanging at -3.5. The Greek -4 at -105. That's what I will take. I'll take Sixers -4 at -105. And let's get a team total under. David Stewart says Rozier, Tatum, Smart, and others are playing. And Twilight Latte says, if I ask nicely, will Pete part the Red Sea for me? That's a good question. We'll have to ask him on the Tuesday morning show. Faves are crushing against the spread in the playoffs, says Kobe Valentine. Dan Kelly says the Cavs win yesterday was a blatant fix of a game by the league. Can't blame them. The additional revenue for LeBron's higher ratings made it fiscally imperative. David Stewart says, I don't like Celtics team total under. Sketchy. Celtics have a team without Brown. I think they're in big trouble without Brown, and Brown really wants to play. I think Dan Kelly is on the right play, and I'm going to make it. I'm going to follow him here. NBA, let's quickly get to team totals. Okay, Celtics team total under 100.5 at -108. I'm on it. Celtics team total under 100.5 at -108. Brought to us by Pinnacle. Thomas says, I think Philadelphia's overrated for the series, -400. If Brown is healthy, but I like Philadelphia game 1. Philadelphia's weaknesses have been close games, but I see them pulling away in the second half. I agree. Jake Scammell says, way too many people on 76ers. Give me pause. Understandably so. Marcus Cologne says, Celtics, possible first half, but get blown out in the second half. I'm on the Sixers -4 at -105, and the Celtics team total under 100.5 at -108. At -108, I will be tailing the great Dan Kelly in that. Sixers have won 20 of 21 games. They look very good dispatching the Heat. They won both games in Miami in round 1. Celtics went 3-1 versus the Sixers during the regular season, but that team had Kyrie Irving on it. Jaylen Brown tweaked his hamstring in Game 7 versus the Bucks. He says he's ready to go, but Stevens has called him doubtful, which means he's not going to be playing. They're going to save him for Game 2. Philly's healthy. Looks like the best squad in the East. They weren't challenged by the Heat. I don't expect them to be challenged by the Celtics. Sixers are 22-19 on the road, but they came on heavy on the road late. I believe in this team. Randy Lockhart says, no Kyrie, no Hayward, no Brown. Tough for the Celtics. Although they have an excellent coach, 76ers have a lot of talent. I agree. Chris Garza says, ground and pound them Sixers. I am doing that. I'm on the Sixers, -4 at -105. And the Celtics, team total under 100.5, -108. So that's my basketball play. I'm going to add the Lightning team total over, and I'm going to tweet that out very soon. I'm on the the Sharks money line -123 that I got line shopping at SBR odds. And then I read out all my baseball already. You guys, thank you so much for being a part of this show, man. I can't do it without all these incredible cappers on the YouTube chat. It means so much that you would run with me. Pete is getting better and will be here tomorrow, but he won't be here at the afternoon show. So please come back. Let's get this cash. Let's make this bank. Let's get this paper. Underdog Status says Philly, Boston over 205.5. I'm going to tell you like I did with Utah and OKC. Boston at home has enough energy to just get over 100 without Brown. Book it. And Dan Kelly says, good luck. Thank you, Dan. I am riding with you. And Dwayne Seymour's on Celtics first quarter, Sixers game. That might be a great spot. Thank you guys for giving me shouts out. It's very tough doing this solo, but I can do it when I have the help of this incredible chat. Miss J says, Philly's rolling. They're finally healthy. Boston is not. How many injuries can they survive? Good question, Miss J. I think they're in big trouble in this series. And I'm a huge Jaylen Brown fan. You guys, Mr. Gogster says, send my wishes to Pete. I will. Thank you for joining us. Let's get this paper. Leche, Alos Bookmakers. I will see you guys at 6 p.m. Eastern. Get that paper by any means necessary.